Okay, so basically I am completely unbiased on this opinion. I just look at the facts and what the facts say is what I would encourage you to vote. So basically there were about 2 million Armenians in the Ottoman Empire before this genocide, which was started about 1915. And the records say that there was about 1.5 million Armenians that had died. And so one of the big reasons that I found on one of my sources was the Ottoman Empire, or the leader, well not the leader, the leaders after the Young Turks took over, they thought the Armenians would be more loyal to a Christian government, so they weren't entirely happy with that. And so that's about it on that page. And so I have an eyewitness account.
I'm sure Nari could, can you read that text? Nari, is that big enough?
No, it's not good.
We're not very good at Armenian names. Can you see that okay?
That. So that's her, and she was born in 1909, so only 6 years before the Armenian Genocide happened. And one of the big quotes that I found in her eyewitness account was, when we came out, the corpses of the killed Armenians were everywhere. And to follow up with that quote, her family had a neighbor who was Turkish. He had taken them in, but when a Turkish soldier came and asked where they go for gold coins or any kind of money they had, her mother had said that it was in a jar in the main room. And so after the Turkish soldier took the jar of money, he kicked her whole family out, and that's when they saw just all the bodies laying everywhere. So the Young Turks, they claim that it wasn't genocide, that they just worked them too hard, or it was just natural causes. And so basically they wanted to Turkify the Ottoman Empire and get rid of all the Christians and just have pure Muslim and just get rid of the Armenians. So, and the religious authorities declared jihad, or a holy war, on the Christians. And in 1915 the genocide began. And so the Young Turks, they also created special units or groups to kill the Armenians known as butcher battalions, which just were, their whole role was just to go to every household and find any Christian Armenians and just get rid of them. And then some of the children were kidnapped and sent to live with Islamic families to be raised differently. And so I feel that you guys should vote yes, that it was genocide, basically, or not basically, just based on the facts that they created battalions to just go wipe out the Armenians. I mean, you can't overlook that. It's genocide. I just know we're excited.
TJ, could you hit the left light switch, please? Just asking for questions before you pause that.
Any questions? Any questions?
Be careful what you wish for.
Good.
If I'm being biased still, I remind you of the first thing that we all agreed to. During war, especially a world war, do atrocities inherently, automatically happen? Right? You guys, seniors, are reading about the Vietnam War. There are some pretty infamous examples of those atrocities in our country's history. Can you have a war without horrible things happening? No.
But in this case, they trained and had special units that were created ex-convicts and killers, murderers, to go take out the Armenians. That's not part of the war. It's just the same thing like what the Nazis did. The Nazis, they would go kill the Jews.
Did they have special groups whose only job was to find Jews and liquidate them?
They did. Just kidding.
So if we're supposed to vote yes to this, what are your thoughts about the consequences of voting yes, and why should we just push that aside?
Well, if we vote yes, Turkey may not be too happy with us, but it make you feel better inside. Let's just get that guilt off your conscience. Yeah, but you never called it genocide either. But if you did, you wouldn't feel that guilt anymore. Be gone.